over the fact that Netflix have effectively decided to put her on the scrap heap.
Is it true that the Duchess of Sussex has been utterly dethroned, not by royal decree, but by the ultimate fashion icon? Could it be that Meghan Markle, once the darling of Hollywood, has been sidelined by none other than Victoria Beckham?
On Victoria Beckham, her arch rival.
And what if the quiet rivalry that simmered beneath the surface has finally erupted into a full-blown celebrity showdown, leaving Meghan's Netflix streams in tatter? Tonight, we peel back the layers of a story that's sending shockwaves through both Tinseltown and palace corridors. A story where whispers of betrayal and dazzling comebacks paint a picture far more dramatic than any scripted series.
Finally, it's over. I cannot take any more of this. It's just so uninteresting. Hopefully the last episode we ever have to endure of a With Love Meghan season.
You know, the hypocrisy is extraordinary. I think both he and Meghan, because we've seen that with all her sort of cooking, is that she doesn't take anything that is said. She doesn't hold it. She just carries on. He's just doing the same. He's copied it from her.
With Love Meghan is so incredibly mundane. Just quite honestly, it is so boring and plain and basic.
Now, there is no doubt about it that Netflix executives, producers, and even CEO Greg Peters, and even Ted Sarandos, there's a lot of division going on over at that studio, and it's all because of Meghan Markle.
What truly happened behind the scenes of Netflix's biggest gamble? Whispers are turning into a roaring chorus across the entertainment landscape. Netflix, the streaming giant, has reportedly shown Meghan Markle the door, consigning her once-hyped projects to the scrap heap of discarded idea. Rumors say her With Love, Meghan, was deemed a spectacular misfire, a venture that failed to ignite audience interest and, more critically, failed to attract those coveted new subscribers. But here's the twist that makes this narrative so utterly captivating. As Meghan Star allegedly dimmed, Netflix executives, with a surprising and very public pivot, decided to go all in on her long-standing rival, Victoria Beckham. This isn't just business. It's a high-stakes game of celebrity chess, and one queen has been decisively removed from the board, leaving a vacuum filled with speculation and, dare we say, a touch of schadenfreude.
This is getting all of the treatment and the coverage and the marketing and the commercial push that Netflix didn't even bother with the most recent Meghan series. She, of course, believes this is some type of, entertainment conspiracy to destroy her.
The news, according to sources close to the situation, reportedly sent Meghan Markle into an incandescent rage. Imagine the scene. The Duchess, once courted by Hollywood's elite, discovers not only that her vanity project has been unceremoniously axed, but that her replacement is the very woman she has allegedly envied for years. This isn't just about a canceled show. It's about a deeply personal rivalry reaching its explosive climax.
It was Meghan who said Victoria was leaking.
Yes, exactly. Meghan said that Victoria was leaking the stories. And it's like, are you insane? Like, Meghan is the biggest leak on the planet, as we know, but she was trying to say that Victoria was leaking negative stories about her. It was not.
Victoria Beckham, with her undeniable style, ironclad discipline, widespread respect, and enduring relevance, embodies everything Meghan has purportedly strived for, and often only pretended to be. While Meghan was said to be orchestrating paparazzi moments in Montecito, Victoria was quietly securing the kind of Netflix deal Meghan believed was her destiny. The contrast, we are told, is brutal. The streaming world, ever hungry for content that converts viewers into loyal subscribers, reportedly did the math, and the numbers, it seems, were not in Meghan's favor. Netflix executives, in a purely commercial decision, allegedly concluded that Beckham equals subscriptions while Markle equals refunds. This cold, hard reality check pierced through the carefully constructed narratives, revealing a stark truth about public demand.
And then Harry went over to the Invictus Games and ignored David Beckham, who had taken 2 of his children to Sydney. It was one of the biggest PR own goals in a very long time. But again, it makes all of this so much more sweet, I think, because we know that there's a wink, wink, nudge, nudge going on all the time between the royals and Victoria and David, who know that they are fulfilling the role and the glamour that would have been taken in the past by Harry and Meghan. I think it's beautiful to see.
Victoria Beckham's new Netflix special, a glamorous dive into her life and career, is said to be receiving the kind of wall-to-wall marketing, billboard campaigns, and red carpet premieres that Meghan's recent series could only dream of. Her show, we are told, couldn't even secure a poster outside the Netflix office bathroom, highlighting a professional disparity that is both shocking and revealing. But the seeds of this dramatic downfall were sown long before any Netflix contract was signed. Flashback to a time when Harry and Meghan counted David and Victoria Beckham among their closest confidantes. They dined, they texted, they played at being the new Hollywood royalty. However, whispers from inside circles suggest that Meghan's escalating paranoia became the undoing of this gilded friendship.
But isn't the reality, Lady C, that Netflix have just realised that people are much more interested in Victoria Beckham and she has much more hope of becoming a big star for them who's actually going to deliver subscriptions than Meghan ever will?
In what many describe as a stunning act of projection, Meghan allegedly convinced herself that Victoria Beckham was leaking negative stories about her to the tabloids. The irony, given Meghan's own rumored history with media leaks, is a detail that continues to fascinate and confound those who witnessed the unraveling of this once powerful alliance.
William and his court at Kensington Palace and Charles and his court at Buckingham Palace were completely aligned on the fact that, okay, Harry and Meghan have gone. We need a younger couple who are well respected but also household names and well loved. And they mutually realised the obvious answer was David and Victoria Beckham, who get on very well with both Camilla and Catherine, have done for some years. And of course, what is so galling for Prince Harry about this?
This accusation, which many saw as baseless, didn't just create an awkward rift. It led to a catastrophic implosion. Meghan reportedly severed ties with Victoria and Prince Harry in what was seen by many as a troubling display of loyalty to his wife above all else, allegedly followed suit. Sources recount a particularly frosty encounter at the Invictus Games, where Harry reportedly humiliated David Beckham, ignoring him despite David bringing his children to support the event.
But also, let's not forget that Meghan is supposedly advising Nicola Peltz Beckham.
Yes.
In Brooklyn. So, because she knows what it's like to be on the outs with a powerful family and blah, blah, blah. So there's that going on as well. Anybody with a conscience and scruples would think, excuse me, you do not take advantage of family estrangements and do it publicly. Yet, Meghan and Harry have done precisely that.
This public snub, a PR-owned goal of epic proportions, was a clear signal to the world that the Sussexes were isolating themselves, burning bridges with influential figures who had once been staunch allies. The chess game, it seems, was well underway, and Meghan had just sacrificed a crucial piece. The Beckhams, with their renewed royal connections and undeniable star power, quickly became everything Meghan and Harry were ostensibly supposed to be: loyal, glamorous, and genuinely useful to the monarchy's public image. This wasn't mere coincidence. It was a well-orchestrated strategy.
The Beckhams are actually genuine stars. I think that Victoria's dress line, her dress house, is a massive money guzzler.
Charles and William, despite their own rumored tensions, found common ground in their assessment of the situation. Harry and Meghan were a closed chapter, and the Beckhams were the ideal replacements. So, when Netflix made the groundbreaking decision to elevate Victoria with a major deal, the palace, it said, silently applauded. It was a masterstroke, a dual win that solidified traditional alliances while simultaneously cutting ties with what many viewed as unwelcome chaos. Just when observers thought Meghan couldn't possibly embarrass herself further, rumors surfaced of another ill-advised maneuver, her alleged attempt to meddle in the Beckham family drama.
That isn't really a success, but they can afford to keep that vanity project going, and they have been doing so, and it gives her, a sort of raison d'etre that's aside from being Mrs. David Beckham, and keeps her relevant in terms of the fashion industry. And as long as they can keep that going, she has valid professional qualifications, as does he. And of course, the fact that he is now pretty close to the king and representing the king's trust in various ways. And they are received at the palace in a way that Harry and Meghan aren't. And I mean, it's actually, it's funny as well.
It is. The whole thing is hilarious. It was actually, look, it was a masterstroke. It was a PR masterstroke. And Lady C, we know that these games are played behind the scene.
Whispers emerged that Meghan inserted herself into the supposed tension between Nicola Peltz, Beckham, and Victoria, offering unsolicited advice on how to navigate estrangement from a powerful family. The irony of this alleged intervention is almost too rich to comprehend. Meghan, who has famously estranged herself from her own father, half-siblings, and various in-laws, attempting to play therapist to a billionaire heiress married into the Beckham dynasty. This move, widely perceived as opportunistic and tone-deaf, reportedly cemented Meghan's reputation as the ultimate Hollywood opportunist, further alienating her from influential circles. Meanwhile, as Meghan allegedly played life coach, the Beckhams were playing a much different, more sophisticated game and winning. By October, Netflix's commitment to Victoria Beckham was undeniable. Press junkets, glossy trailers, and a high-budget marketing blitz signaled a new era. Netflix, having seemingly learned its lesson from past gambles, bet on Victoria, and the consensus is she delivered. While fans lined up and magazines buzzed about Victoria's enduring relevance, style, and iconic status, Meghan was reportedly shuffled aside, her brand deemed toxic, her show tanked, and her once shimmering reputation in tatters. Harry, often seen as a sulking partner, could only watch as his wife's Netflix crown crumbled, leaving the Sussexes as the butt of countless internet jokes and memes. The ultimate irony, according to those observing this dramatic saga, is that Meghan lost her Hollywood dream to the very woman she once accused of betrayal. Victoria Beckham achieved this victory without uttering a single word about the alleged feud. Her success, her grace under pressure, and her undeniable professional accomplishments spoke far louder than any of Meghan's lengthy, victim-focused pronouncement. The contrast couldn't be sharper. While Meghan ranted and reportedly plotted, Victoria thrived. While Harry allegedly sulked on the sidelines, David smiled alongside the king, cementing their family's place in both royal and celebrity spheres. This isn't just about a TV show. It's a profound reordering of the celebrity hierarchy, a public verdict on who truly commands influence and respect.